A very good evening to you there and welcome to Idea TV News up at 9. I am Cynthia Bassi. Now we begin with the headlines. Government releases 700,000 electricity meters for nationwide distribution. Tony ELUMELU cancels annual all-white party after Lagos fire tragedy. And Ethiopia launches new specialty coffee association to boost premium exports. Côte d'Ivoire moves towards universal electricity access with new IFC backing. Bolt and GEBEYA partner to improve mobility for Africa's service workforce. And away from Africa, India orders mandatory cyber safety app on new smartphones, raising privacy concerns. In health, Lagos governor's wife calls for stronger support for gender-based violence survivors. And in business, federal government launches $100 million investment scheme for indigenous oil firms. In sports, Mohamed Salah to join Egypt squad for AFCON on 15th December. And now the news in full. Nigeria power sector is set for a major boost as the Nigeria Electricity Regulatory Commission says between 600,000 and 700,000 electricity meters are now available for immediate distribution. Speaking at the 4th NEC stakeholders meeting in Abuja, NEC Vice Chairman Musiliu Osheni said the federal government has already made the necessary investments and it is now the responsibility of the distribution companies to ensure the meters reach customers without delay. Osheni urged the distribution companies to improve public awareness and fully align with ongoing reforms, especially the transition to state electricity regulatory commissions. He reminded operators that no utility is above regulatory oversight and full cooperation is required as states take on greater roles in power sector governance. He also clarified recent claims surrounding the tenure of NEC commissioners, explaining that the staggering principle applied only to the Pioneer Commission. All current and future members serve fixed 5-year terms under the Electricity Act. The event marks Osheni's final appearance at the NEC stakeholders meeting as vice chairman. And in another news, Nigeria's business leader Tony ELUMELU has cancelled his annual all-white party in honor of 6 workers who died in the September fire at Afriland Towers in Lagos. The high-rise blaze on Bott Street left the business community shaken and prompted a period of mourning. In a message shared on Tuesday, ELUMELU said he and his wife made what he described as a difficult decision, noting that this year's event would instead be dedicated to reflection and compassion for the life lost. He added that the victims would remain forever in our hearts. The billionaire philanthropist said the popular December 23 gathering will return in 2026, thanking friends and supporters for their understanding. He wished the public a peaceful Christmas as he paused the celebration in memory of the dead. Ethiopia has launched a new national body, the Specialty Coffee Association of Ethiopia, as part of a major push to expand the country's production and export of higher-grade coffee. The association was unveiled at a ceremony attended by senior officials from the Agriculture Ministry and the Ethiopian Coffee and Tea Authority. Led by a council of industry experts, the association is designed to promote Ethiopian specialty coffee globally, enforce quality and sustainability standards, and strengthen the capacity of producers, exporters, and cooperatives. One of its first major programs, Best of Ethiopia, will introduce a national specialty coffee auction later this year, giving producers direct access to premium international buyers. The initiative is part of a broader strategy to make specialty coffee a key driver of economic growth and export earnings. Despite earning more than $1.5 billion from coffee exports, Ethiopia still captures limited value from the specialty segment. Officials say the new association aims to change this, building a more competitive, traceable, and sustainable industry. In another news, Côte d'Ivoire is taking another major step towards universal electricity access after securing fresh support from the International Finance Corporation. The IFC has approved a $28.3 million guarantee to help finance up to 600,000 new electrical connections under the national program known as Electricité pour tous. Authorities say the move will benefit nearly 2.8 million people. This new issuance builds on an earlier bond supported by the IFC in 2023, which helped create the region's first social bond for the energy sector and enabled around 800,000 connections. The PEPT program remains central to connecting low-income households by offering reduced upfront payments and allowing families to repay installation costs gradually through their electricity bills. The Ivorian government says these financing tools, alongside plans to increase power generation, especially from renewable energy, are vital to achieving universal access by 2030. The country aims to for 17 million new connections and wants renewable sources to make up 45% of its energy mix in the next 5 years. Now, in another news, Bolton technology company GEBEYA have formed a new partnership aimed at easing mobility challenges for Africa's growing service workforce. The initiative, launching first in Kenya and Ghana, will provide thousands of independent professionals on the GEBEYA Jitume platform with exclusive discounted boat rides to support their daily business needs. The two companies say the collaboration is designed to remove one of the biggest obstacles facing service workers: high transportation costs and unreliable mobility. But business will also allow Jitume users to offer discounted rides to their own clients, helping beauty professionals, technicians, tutors and other service providers enhance their customer experience. GEBEYA, which currently supports more than 48,000 service professionals across 24 African countries, says improved mobility will boost productivity and income opportunities. With both operating in 12 African markets, both companies aim to build a more connected and efficient service economy across the continent. We'll now go on a quick break. The news continues when we return.
(5G) technology. 5G technology promises to be a game changer by delivering ultra-fast internet speeds, low latency, and the ability to connect millions of devices seamlessly. It's going to fuel the future of smart cities, autonomous vehicles, and IoT devices, allowing them to communicate in real time. However, 5G rollout isn't without hurdles. High costs of infrastructure and regulatory issues in some regions have slowed down implementation. By 2026, the 5G market is expected to be valued at $667.90 billion.
Authorities say the move is aimed at combating phone fraud, identifying devices with duplicated international mobile equipment identity numbers, and curbing the resale of stolen or blacklisted phones in a market with more than 1.2 billion mobile users. The app allows users to verify a handset's identity, report theft, and flag suspicious telecom activity. But the directive has triggered strong privacy concerns from digital rights advocates who warn that the app's access to calls, messages, and device files could enable government overreach. India's communications minister has insisted the system remains voluntary and that users can delete the app, though questions remain over how this will work under the new restrictions. Smartphone makers must submit full compliance reports within 120 days. And now in health news, the wife of the Lagos State Governor, Dr. Ibijoke Sanwo-Olu, has called for increased support for survivors of gender-based violence as she unveiled the remodeled Police Gender-Based Violence and Family Support Unit in Ikeja. The upgraded facility located at the Lagos State Police Gender Unit is designed to strengthen the state's response to domestic and gender-based violence. Speaking at the event, Dr. Sanwo-Olu said the remodeling demonstrates Lagos State's commitment to providing timely assistance, healing, and justice for survivors. She highlighted that the unveiling comes during the global 16 days of activism against gender-based violence, which this year focuses on the rising threat of technology-facilitated abuse. The Lagos State Commissioner of Police, Oluhundare Jimoh, praised the governor's wife for her advocacy, describing the revamped center as a major step toward protecting vulnerable citizens. The event was attended by senior government officials emphasizing the state's renewed commitment to tackling gender-based violence. And now in business news, the federal government has introduced a $100 million equity investment scheme to strengthen the capacity of Nigerian companies in the oil and gas sector. The initiative was announced at the 2025 Practical Nigerian Content Forum in Yenagoa by the Executive Secretary of the Nigerian Content Development and Monitoring Board, Engineer Felix Ogbe. Speaking during the signing of a Memorandum of Understanding between the board and the Bank of Industry, Engineer Ogbe explained that the fund will provide equity financing for high-growth indigenous energy service companies. He added that the scheme is expected to drive greater participation of Nigerian firms and deepen local content development. The Executive Secretary also confirmed the framework for issuing the Nigerian Content Development Fund Compliance Certificate has been completed. The certificate, which becomes mandatory from the 1st of January 2026, will serve as proof that companies have met the statutory 1% remittance requirement and will be required to obtain key industry permits and approvals. Lastly, in sport news, Liverpool forward Mohamed Salah will join Egypt's national team on the 15th of December as preparations intensify ahead of the Africa Cup of Nations in Morocco. The tournament begins later this month, with Egypt set to open their campaign against Zimbabwe on the 22nd of December in Agadir. Liverpool manager Ernest Lord confirmed the travel date, praising Salah's professionalism despite recent reduced playing time. The 33-year-old has struggled for form this season, scoring 4 goals in 13 Premier League matches. Salah's leadership remains central to Egypt's ambition as they compete in Group B alongside Angola, South Africa and Zimbabwe. The Pharaohs are counting on his experience as they push for a strong tournament performance. And that's all we have for you on Idea TV News at 9. But before we go, here is a recap of the headlines. We brought to you news that government released 700,000 electricity meters for nationwide distribution. Anthony ELUMELU cancels annual all-white party after Lagos fire tragedy. Ethiopia launches new specialty coffee association to boost premium exports. And Côte d'Ivoire moves towards universal electricity access with new IFC backing. Bolt and GEBEYA partner to improve mobility for Africa's service workforce. And away from Africa, India orders mandatory cyber safety app on new smartphones, raising privacy concerns. In health, Lagos governors